Well, school starts in just a few weeks, and while no parent wants to think about a school emergency, Lee County Schools took steps to prepare for anything.
On Friday, the district held what's called a reunification training, practice how to safely reunite students with parents after a crisis. Wake News anchor Claire Galt observed the drill and breaks down what school district leaders want parents to know.
Hundreds of terrified parents rushed to Cape Coral High School in February of last year. A student reported a man made a bomb threat. No one was hurt, but moms and dads got texts from their children and feared the worst.
She was hiding in the bathroom, scared.
So when police swarmed the area, so did they. Superintendent Dr. Denise Carlin wants parents to know it's not helpful.
And I know as a parent that would be the hardest thing for me, because I'd want to be at the school, but it actually impedes law enforcement and EMS and others trying to get in there to help our children.
Instead, Lee County Schools will use reunification centers, places where parents can safely reunite with their children.
We've had a plan on paper, now we're practicing it.
Spokesman Rob Spicker was one of hundreds of employees, including principals and volunteers, who took part in Friday's drill. First, students and teachers are bused to a location still to be determined.
All right, next parent.
Parents head to check in. That's where Chris comes in.
I will check the parents in here. I will call back for the students, confirm the students are here, and then we will reunify in the center.
Looking for Bryant, 6th grade.
But only if they recognize each other.
If they don't recognize the parents, they don't get released.
This family did. So, off they went.
They're escorted to the exit area where they get checked out and they exit the reunification site. That's what should happen. As long as they have the right parent, the right child, that's what we want to make sure of.
It seems like a no-brainer, verifying relationships. But Spicker told me a simple mistake was gut-wrenching for Max Schachter. His son Alex was killed in the 2018 Parkland shooting.
His story of going to the hospital and it's not his child. So that's what I mean, it's do no harm. We want to be able to track the students and tell the parents where to go. And if they come to the reunification center and their child's in the hospital, we want to send them to the right hospital.
District leaders know tensions will be high. That's why they had this guy take on the role of angry dad.
And I thought, I think that's in my wheelhouse.
Sure was.
You got 1,000 parents standing here. Let's go.
This entire thing is ridiculous. What the hell?
How we doing? Come on, we're going to take it to see Jeremiah. Let's go to the food tent over here.
In reality, when you're going to have 1,000 or 2,000 parents lined up that have been waiting for hours for words on their kid, you just lose your patience.
It's terrifying when something, real or not, happens at your child's school, when you don't have control. But Lee County Schools hopes, maybe, this plan will help. Claire Galt, Wink News.
This isn't the first school district to do this in the area, too. Charlotte County Schools held a reunification training back in May. Wink security analyst Rich Kulko joins us now. You went to that training, Rich. You're joining us now tonight.
Okay, so we just saw how they train for this reunification. How important is it for them to do this type of training?
It's really important training, and it is the toughest phase. We all talk about the tactical phase when it comes to active shooters, and that's where we see the police, EMS, fire departments running into the school. They drill this, they're used to doing that. That's the kind of thing they train for, but they don't train for the reunification. That's why it's important to have these drills. And as Angry Dad said there, you're dealing with potentially thousands of parents, none who have likely trained for this. I mean, today it was teachers and principals. So you throw in a panic, social media postings, texts, and I got to be honest, you got a recipe for some chaos there.
Is there anything that can be done then to control the chaos or at least lessen it a little bit?
Well, doing these drills is a real good start. You know, having that plan is necessary, and they have to exercise that plan, and that's what they did today. But the reality is it needs to be carried out very quickly. Think about it. Your kid has been texting from a school. There may have been a shooter, and now you've got 75, 100, 150 parents in front of you, and you've got to fill out some paperwork. Plus, you've got the various communications which are going on. You got text messages from students, from authorities, from politicians, even from the media. It's just going to cause conflict and stress, and authorities have to be prepared for the countless variables. So we saw what they did today. Hopefully they're going to have some additional discussions and gaming out, preparing for other possibilities. One thing I think would be real helpful is talk to any other schools or facilities that have had to go through this process and talk to them. Learn what you can. There's no reason to reinvent the wheel each time. There are good lessons to be learned from other schools where this has happened or other places, and try and take what's good and try and get out what's bad. But when I went through it in Charlotte County, I mean, we saw the parents lined up and they wanted you to fill out a document.
Yeah,
you
there's
know,
too much emotion involved
there's-
here. You can't. You just can't.
Yeah, you're holding a phone and your kid is saying, hey.
I want to see my
Right.
child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's going to be tough. Plus you got to get the way it's set up. You got to put kids on a bus at the school and drive them a mile or two
Right,
to another
right.
facility. It has to be done. They've got to have a plan. They're going to
Yeah.
have to follow it up. So.
All right. Thank you very much, Rich.
Thank you. Deputies arrested